I've been doing this video thing for a while now, and sometimes there are stories that come across my eye line that I pass over because they might be too controversial for the platforms I'm on. They might bump up against some things that in the legal sphere are very complicated and create a lot of discomfort for myself and others. So I'll brush them away. I won't cover them. But lately, because this MindGeek thing has found its way into the public theater, it's probably time to talk about it. And I'm going to do it carefully. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to change some words. So just be prepared. Because it got a lot more interesting this week, or last week, in a very quietly announced end of the day news cycle, Friday kind of a way, or even Thursday perhaps. Visa's got some hub trouble. So much so that they are not allowed to ask out of a case, which I'm going to call VISAhub. Here we go. So the company MindGeek, which owns a lot of different things, including the hub, got themselves in quite a bit of trouble because they were essentially monetizing some posted things that they claim they weren't aware of that represented people that were far too young to be seen on a platform like this, doing things that you shouldn't see younger folks doing in that nature. There's an obligation, let's say, of adults to protect minors. People of the majority should be protecting the people of the minority when it comes to forms of exploitation. And that's how I'm going to describe this. Well, it seems that because the hub has to use a financial processor, and in this case, that's Visa, right? Visa's now wrapped up in this case that they absolutely don't want to be in. Right now, a judge has found that Visa intended to help the hub and its parent company monetize things I don't want to talk about, and judge finds in this manner allowing this case to move forward with Visa attached to it and culpable for the distribution and monetization of this material. Now, this article is in the mainstream. That's why I feel a little safer diving into something that I hate, this whole controversy, right? This is from Variety. And again, we're going to say VISAhub now, okay? In a setback for Visa, in a case alleging that the payment processor is liable for the distribution of terrible stuff on the hub and other sites operated by parent company MindGeek, a federal judge ruled that it was reasonable to conclude that Visa knowingly facilitated the criminal activity. Full stop. That's a solid paragraph with a lot of important details. Federal judge. Visa is somewhat culpable in the eyes of this judge. Therefore, they're moving forward with this. So on Friday, July 29th, again, the story was buried. On July 29th, the U.S. District Judge Cormac Carney of the U.S. District Court at the Central District of California, which is actually kind of surprising to me, issued a decision in the Fleetez v. MindGeek case, denying Visa's motion to dismiss the claim it violated California's unfair competition law, which prohibits unlawful, unfair, or fraudulent business acts or practices by processing payments for bad stuff. Of course, there's a copy of this you can find in the Variety article to the decision. So in that ruling, Carney held that the plaintiff adequately alleged that Visa engaged in a criminal conspiracy with MindGeek to monetize terrible things. Specifically, he wrote, Visa knew that MindGeek's websites were teeming with monetized terrible things, that there was a criminal agreement to financially benefit from those things, that can be inferred from Visa's decision to continue to recognize MindGeek as a merchant despite allegedly knowing that MindGeek monetized a substantial amount of terrible things, and that the court can comfortably infer that Visa intended to help MindGeek monetize that and knowingly provided the tool that was used to complete that crime. This is not looking good for MindGeek, and it doesn't look good for Visa. And if you are the car that talks about being everywhere you want to be, if you're Visa, this is nowhere you want to be right now, associated with MindGeek in this way and or any of these things that have been ongoing. So obviously, it says in the article that reps for Visa and MindGeek did not respond to requests for comment. I wouldn't be surprised why they wouldn't want to comment on this. Interestingly enough, and this goes back a little ways now, the CFO and COO for MindGeek resigned. They found that was probably their best option in the wake of a June 20th New Yorker expose that found that the hub hosted sexually explicit, no permission videos, including with people too young to even be engaged in that. Man, this is a hard story to cover. The plaintiff in the case against MindGeek and Visa is a person who at the time was 13. And there was some pressure exerted upon the 13-year-old to making a public display of activity that was something that was being engaged in far too young, obviously, and also on being distributed on the hub with a very clear title as to what was going on in the video. So you can't even argue that one away. So the young lady in question says the video, which was viewed millions of times on MindGeek sites, destroyed her life. While MindGeek profited from bad stuff here, clearly featuring the plaintiff. The plaintiff was intermittently homeless or living in a car, addicted to heroin. That's not a good thing. Depressed and considering bad self-harm acts. And obviously without the support of her family. So the lawsuit was filed in June of 2021. And again, that story specifically was featured in a different place, the New York Times, by columnist Nicholas Kristof in December 2020. And basically detailing how MindGeek monetizes bad things with kids. I freaking hate this story. Anyway, in the July 29th decision, Carney ruled partly in Visa's favor because he wrote in the opinion that the plaintiff has no basis for claiming that Visa directly participated in the trafficking ventures that harmed her. But they are looking for the plaintiff to provide a more definite statement with respect to her common law civil conspiracy cause of action against the financial processor. In the second part of that ruling, or in a second separate ruling, Carney compelled MindGeek to undergo jurisdictional discovery, which attorneys for the plaintiff said will reveal MindGeek's shadowy operations and those controlling it. Hoy. But that will expose the defendant's financial relationship, where the money flows. This is from this decision. Where the money flows in the MindGeek web, which may relate to ownership of the sites that generate revenue, matters to the court's jurisdictional analysis. Well, first of all, we're going to find that this stretches internationally, as well as obviously across the entire states. As the court sees it, financially benefiting from I'm skipping the first word, exploitation of people way too young, is the core of this case. And let me tell you, that core can't be disputed. So you have Saturday, an activist investor, Bill Ackman, with Pershing Square Holdings, who's previously called out the role of Visa and MasterCard in enabling MindGeek's ability to make money from this kind of badness. Posted a thread on Twitter about the ruling in the case. So there's some financial heavy hitters that are getting involved in this too. So I think MindGeek, the hub, other things like it, may have difficulty monetizing these things going forward. I have a feeling that once it was revealed that MindGeek spent about 24 to 48 hours removing somewhere near 10 million illegal videos, once that came about, you have to actually consider that they have culpability and they know it. I don't even know if I phrased that right. This is a terrible thing because it's been out there for a long time. It gets called out on Twitter. Heck, they call out bad behavior on Twitter all the time, and even Twitter doesn't respond to that. I'm not sure if they're culpable in the same way. It's quite possible. There is financial transactions conducted via Twitter, and so I just... This does open a lot of doors, and it does essentially expose a lot of these, working in the gray area kinds of businesses to a lot more legal culpability in the future, I would imagine. But there's a lot of other folks that are out here fighting this fight. I just know that this story probably got buried, and you probably didn't know about it, and I probably am not monetizing this one because I think I probably get dinged. But it doesn't look good for Visa. And if Visa's feet are held to the fire for this particular thing, then I have a solid feeling, that other similar businesses and business models that are similar to MindGeek's are going to reevaluate how they conduct business. And I imagine the processors on the financial end will do the same. So what do you think? Is this a video I should be covering? Is this something you guys want me to engage in, covering this kind of salacious stuff? I don't want to be hyperbolic when it comes to this stuff, and I really don't want to make people as uncomfortable as I am right now. But I just think shedding light on this kind of thing is important. So if you agree with me, please use the comment section down below. If not, then, let me know too, because if you don't want me to focus on this stuff, I won't. This is business entertainment related. Entertainment, I don't think that's the right word. But it is a video distribution platform, or many of them. Heck, you can even find some foul stuff on the mainstream platforms, right? So, but anyway, just let me know in the comments and we'll have that exchange there. Other than that, support other independent creators out there, some brave souls who also bring you stories that are borderline. Jeremy at the Quartering, Umbrella Guy, Yellow Flash. I mean, some of us dip our toes into some stuff that's very uncomfortable. So do support other independent creators, and of course, support the creators that are up and coming. We've got a lot of them, and they're equally as brave to tackle this stuff, which will result in them growing slower. But I think that's something that all of us have accepted as part of the job. It's a sad reality that you can be suppressed for covering actual news from actual outlets, but it is what it is. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.